So your lock is nothing but if any unauthorized people, okay, na? So if they're accessing our resource, okay, so those resource accessing permissions cannot be given by Oracle server to until finishing the transaction is okay, either complete or not. Okay, for example, nowadays we can go to simplest way you can understand that lock technique example is what no in real life. For example, ATM machines are there. In ATM machines, okay, when you want to go ATM machine and to perform any operation, either withdraw, deposit, or many statements, okay, now any kind of one transaction when you perform, guys, here. So definitely we are going to be following some pattern. Like suppose there are 3 or 4 customers are standing in the queue in front of ATM machine. Okay, then what it was happening, sir, means that suppose in the queue, first in first order, who was there in the queue, definitely that person have a chance to go to ATM machine. For example, this is your ATM machine. Okay, now. So to this ATM machine, if you want to enter, so there are some people they're having in the queue lines. So user 1, user 2, user number 3. Okay. And now the user 1, he was entered into ATM center and he was doing some operation on ATM machine. Okay. Now my question is what now? Until unless the first user transaction will be finished, the remaining 2 users who are there here, there will be under waiting positions. Is it right or wrong? Come on. Is it correct? Huh? So until unless user 1 will finish the transaction, either complete the transaction may be success or failure, that's none of the matter. But until unless the first user transaction once confirmed, once completed, then only the second person will go to ATM machine and he will perform. Is it correct? Huh? Come on. Yes. Okay, this is the pattern. Okay, but without finishing the first user transaction completely was not completed his transaction, is it possible the second user can go and perform their transaction? No, it is not possible. So that what we called as a first in, first out. Okay. So the first user, when he was entered into ATM machine, so once he was completed his transaction, okay, up to completion, for example, he will take a 5 minutes of time. He will take it here. Then this 5 minutes of time, the remaining customers will be under waiting locations here. So this is what we called as a best example of locks. The locking also internally, your database servers will be maintained. Okay, how it will maintain means if a user is performing some operation on particular row, that operation until unless the user will be confirmed up to there, the remaining user requests will be under waiting positions. Okay, na? So your Oracle server keeping the remaining user request under waiting positions. So how the remaining people will be wait and why the remaining people can't perform operations on the same row which already performed by someone means that that row was locked. That row was locked. So when first one user is performing some operation on a particular row, then immediately that row will be locked by your system. by your Oracle server, what it will do, that row will be locked. So until unless the user is finished his transaction, he was confirming his transaction either success or fail, then the remaining user request will not take by server. That means the remaining user request will not processing by server. Then Oracle server, what it will do, the remaining user request will be keeping under waiting positions. Okay, na? So this scenario is called as what now? Locking systems we called. Okay, and now I will show you practically. Then you will get some idea what I was explaining here. Okay, na? But now we will see the how many types of lockings or locking techniques are supporting by your Oracle database server, and what are those, how it was internally maintained. And remember, these locking purpose, we don't want to do anything, because by default, these locks are maintained by your database servers. For this purpose, I don't want to do any special coding levels, any special queries. I don't want to perform, but just I want to perform our SQL queries only. Okay, so when normally how we are performing SQL queries, same as here also I am performing, but internally what it was happening, you can see. Okay, na? Right. So now come back to here some practical example. But before that, I will give some definition of this. What is lock? So lock is, it is a mechanism. It is a mechanism. Okay, it is a mechanism which is used, which is used, which is used to prevent. Okay, here what is the mean by prevent? What is the mean by prevent, guys? Here, come on. Yes, prevent means that different meanings will come, providing security or a restriction. Okay, na, stopping. Okay, so these kind of things will be come out. So prevent means what? No, restrict. So restrict unauthorized, unauthorized access, unauthorized access. Okay, of our resources, our resource. So these are called as what now? Locking system. What it will do, sir? Locks means internally it was giving some restrictions to unauthorized access. That means one person request is under processing area, but another user trying to perform the same operations on the same day, same time, then that user request will not going to be accessed by your server or allowed by your server. So that restriction, that means that that user request will be restricted. It will be stopping until unless the first user transaction or operation will be complete. Yes or no? So that kind of restricted, okay, we can, that means server internally using some locking techniques. And Oracle supported, there are two types of locking mechanisms. One is we called as, guys, here row level locks or locking. Second one is called as here table level locking. Okay, the both row and table level locking. These are the two levels of lockings we have it here. And first we will discuss about what is row level locking, how this row level lockings are performed by database servers on your table data automatically. Okay, now let me see. In row level locking is nothing but, again, so in this, again, we have two types of conditions. Okay, what is here? So we are locking, that means we are means system. So Oracle server is lock. So is locking rows. Okay, locking rows of a table. Okay, now, And again, here two types of lockings. One is single row locking technique, a single row or specific row also you can say. Single row lock. Otherwise, some group of or multiple rows can be lock. Multiple rows can lock. So in these two cases, this locking will be applicable. One is single row or specific row. One is multiple row we called. Okay, now? Right. So this is what it was happened. What is single row locking technique? And how this locks are going to be using by your database servers and when it will be performed. So single row lock means in this level, we are locking, that means system is going to be lock or Oracle is going to be lock only one specific row. Okay. So Oracle server can lock a specific row. Okay, now row in a table. Okay, so what is that? Example is observe. Careful observe. Example is very interesting. So carefully observe. First of all, you can go to SQL Plus and select this SQL Plus and to open. Okay, and we all of you know this. Now I just make it this connectivities. Okay, this is one area. Okay, and now this is I'm going to connecting with the one of my user system and Tiger, he was connected. Okay, now after connected, he need to set some property, the page size 100. Some lines also you can set now. Okay. This is, okay, one thing here. And I just clear it now. And I'm using here show user. Show user. So which user here? System user connectivity here. Okay, now? Right. I just minimize and again I will go to my SQL Plus to select and open one more time. This is another user connectivity I'm using now. Here who will connected means our user mydb 11 am / mydb 11 am. So he is also successfully connected and sending some page sizes and lines properties you need to set it. And if I want to show my user, so user, okay, so mydb 11 am. So you are very interesting, carefully observe. So this is one user connectivity and this is one user connectivities. So now tell me how many users we have here, how many user connections we have here. Come on. How many users connections are there here? 2 users. Okay, right. So there are 2 users. They are working on Oracle database server. Okay, there are 2 users. They are working on Oracle database server. Okay, right. And now see, in this any one user, you can take as a choice to perform some operation. Okay, as your choice. Any one user you can take as a choice to perform some operation. Okay, there's nothing problem. So now, okay, system is one of the user. He was going to be perform one operation on my database table. So like update mydb 11 am. Why I'm taking means because this table is having under mydb 11 am user. EMP table is not there under system user. That's why I'm taking reference mydb 11 am.emp set some salary is equals to 1100 where EMP number is equals to 7369. So now carefully observe. The system user is going to be performing update operation on which specific row he was performing, guys. Come on. Yes, he was performing one specific row that is called a 7369. So on this specific row, he will performing his operation. Carefully observe. So whenever system user is performing update operation on EMP table to update a specific row data, immediately your Oracle server, what it will do internally, on which row the system user is performed your operation 7369, that row is going to be make it a lock. Got it my point now? So that row will be make it lock. Now see, it was locking or not. Now he was done. Okay, one row is updated. But one row is updated, but internally what it was happened, this row is already locked. When user is performing this operation, immediately your Oracle server is locked on this row. Now, here lock is happen. Now we can carefully observe. This row is a lock or not, you can see. Okay, now I just keep it here. And this row already locked here. Now the second user is also performing some operation. And same operation he will be performed. Update EMP set, because EMP belongs to his table. That's why I'm directly writing. I'm not taking any reference name. Salary is equals to 2200, where EMP number is equals to 7369. Here, what it was happening, guys, here 7369 on, okay, 7369 row data. MyDB 11 AM user is also updated. But tell me, 7369 row is already under lock now? Yes or no? Is it under lock or not? Yes, because of reason, on the same row, already system user is performed operation already. So this operation is already performing on 7369. Okay, that means this row is locked. On this locking or locked row, on this locked row, second user performing some operation. Say what happening here, you can see now. Now you can see he was waiting position now. Come on. I entered, but you get any message like one row updated, any message you got it here? No. So that means here, the second user request is under waiting position or not? He was waiting or not? Yes, he was a waiting position. So he was waiting position, but how much time he will be wait, sir? How much time he will be wait, sir? Means that until the first user is going to be confirming their operation either yes or no. Either yes or no, that was confirmed by system user. So unless the system user is not confirming their transaction, either yes or no, then remaining users will be waiting positions. The remaining users will be waiting position. But sir, how the system user is going to be confirm their transaction either yes or no? Now, is there any concept we discuss? Our transaction will be confirming purpose or cancellation purpose. Is there any commands we discuss in the previous classes? Come on. Yes. Some people are saying that commit and rollback. So your transaction either, okay, you want to confirm either yes or no. So there we are using TCL language commands. I already we discussed. Those commands are what I said: commit and rollback. Commit means what I'm saying here. What is the mean by commit? Commit means your transaction successor or canceller. Yes, your transaction is success. If I use a rollback, then my transaction cancel. Yes or no? So here also, carefully observe. So the system user update operation is performed, but this update operation is not confirmed here. Either you want to say permanent or cancel. So that is not confirmed. Now he was confirming. Suppose he need to commit. Commit means what now? He confirmed my transaction will be permanent. That means my transaction is successfully complete. He committed. So whenever he was committed, that means he was confirmed. Okay, he was giving confirmation to Oracle server. My transaction is finished. So whenever my transaction is finished, then immediately server what it will do? It will give permissions to second user. Second user waiting now. MyDB 11M user is waiting or not? Immediately this user request will be processed. Now see processing or not? Processing? Yes. So when he was committed, immediately his request is going to be processed now. So this is what the lock advantage. So until unless the user is not confirmed their transaction either yes or no, then the remaining user transactions are not performing. Okay. So how it is not performing means that internally every database server is maintained locking techniques. These are inbuiltedly it was having in your databases. By that reason only, online transactions, whenever you want to perform on a same day, same time, okay, if you perform your same transaction, then immediately sometimes what happens, our request will be processing. The best example, one more real-time example is what now? Tatkal tickets. Anybody knows Tatkal? No, no, Tatkal tickets, how to take? Yes. Tatkal, what it was happen, exactly the time is same time for all over the world. Understand now? So it was started 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. That exactly time it will be started for all the kind of people. Yes or no? Then everybody is ready to booking the tickets. So that means that what happening here on same day, exactly same time, the number of users are performing operations to booking tickets. Okay. Then what it was happening here in this case? Some user requests are successfully done. Some user requests are waiting position. Waiting position means what now? Can you see? Your request will be processing now, like this. Like this processing or not? Come on, guys. Your cursor is moving like this or not when you're booking your Tatkal tickets. So whenever you are getting waiting position, this is called as a waiting position. So your request is under waiting. So when you get this kind of the symbol, it means what now? Your request is under processing. That means someone already performing same operation on same day, same train. So they're already performing somebody. So unless the first user is not completed, the remaining users will be going to same position. Understand na? Processing positions. This is how it will be happening here internally. Database servers are maintaining what now? Locking techniques. With the help of locking techniques, what happen? One user request until unless finish, it will not take a second user request. Okay, when on the same day, same time, same operation, when they perform, it is not possible. So that is what it was going to be happen. This is single row. How we can go to do single row? Got it my point now? Okay, this example is single row. So now here I'm giving example also for your practicing purpose. So I want to take user 1. I want to take user number 2. So user 1, what you want to do first, you will be connecting with their username, system and password. After that, he was doing some operation. Update mydb11am.emp set. Sal is equals to 1100, where emp number is equals to 7369. Then immediately what it will be happen, row is locked. Your server immediately go to locked this row. And now same thing. Okay, the second user, suppose he will be connected mydb11am/mydb11am. So now he will be performing same operation. Update emp set. Sal is equals to 2200, where emp number is equals to 7369. Then immediately what it was happen here, the operation cannot perform. Okay, yes, but when he will be perform means when he was doing commit or rollback, anything you can use as your wish. So commit and rollback, whenever the person is using, he was confirming his transaction. Then after confirming his transaction, yes or no, then the lock will be released. Then what happened? Releasing lock. Now releasing lock. Whenever your lock is released here, okay, for releasing lock. When his lock is released, then this person immediately get one row updated. So this means this person process will be continuous. So this is okay, what we called as a by default inbuiltedly it was happening that. Okay, na? And if you want to check whether your row is locked or not, means definitely some other user request is processing or not. Okay, because I don't know, it's online. It's online. Number of users are performing. Now I know that who is working, who is performing. Okay, I want to wait for someone. You know that? You don't know. For example, IRCTC website are using. On same day, same time, someone also using. But who is the someone that you know that? Come on. Who is the someone? You know that, Suresh? Yes, we know that. So our request is processing and ticket is booking means no one using. That is a confirmation. If my request is under processing means someone is using already. Someone is in front of me. Someone is there. His request is under processing. That's why my request is waiting. That is the confirmations to check it out. Okay, na? So this is what we called as a single row operation. So now same as guys here, if I want to go for the multiple row operations also. But here single row can lock in here, but even though we can lock multiple rows by your Oracle server. But whenever we want to lock multiple rows, okay, the user, when he was sending the request to my server, then there is one special class I want to use. That class is called as a for update class I want to use. That means, so what it was saying here, when we want to lock multiple rows in a table. Okay, so when Oracle server want to lock multiple rows in a table, then we use for update clause in a select query. Okay, for update class you should be using under select query. So only select query, not any other queries. Okay, now. So then only your Oracle server will go to locking your multiple rows. Okay, Oracle server want to lock. Understand the statement now? Okay, right. So this is what it was. And now see how to do this. Okay. Now come to your practical again. We will discuss on this. So again, here also I just do this person is also roll backing. So his lock also clear. So there is no locks here. The both are, it will be remove the locks. Okay, right. Second one, same as my show user is the system and he was performing select a start from. Okay, so mydb 11 am.amp table. Okay, and he was using some condition where department number. So DEPT number is equals to 10, but along with this, you have to use for update. So whenever the user is retrieving multiple rows, he was retrieving from the table. By using of for update class, what it was happen immediately as per this request, your Oracle server is going to be locking that how many rows are there in the department number 10, that all rows together, it will be locked. So now anybody knows in our EMP table, how many employees are working in department number 10? Any guessing, guys? Because as of now, same table we are using now. Yes, there are 3 people are there. How many people? 3 people are there. So 3 employees, that 3 employees means what now? 3 rows. The 3 rows are is going to be locked. Let me see. Now I entered. So department number 10, 3 employees are there. The data is came, but the 3 rows are locked. Locking or not? Let me check. Second user. In second user, carefully observe. Okay, he is now performing some operation. Update EMP set sal is equals to 2200, where department number is equals to 10. What happened? You can see he was performing or not. Come on, guys. Now his request is performing or waiting? Come on. Yes, he was waiting position. Again, what happened? To avoid this problem, okay, then this person want to commit or a rollback. Anyone you can use. Now we can see I'm using rollback, for example. When I'm using rollback, what it was happening, you can see, yes. So rollback means a cancellation of your transaction. Now he was rollback, he was cancelled his transaction, then immediately second user transaction will be processed. This is called as a multiple row. Okay, multiple row, how to lock by your Oracle server internally. Okay, now, so this is the example of a multiple row mechanism. So now I'm writing here, same thing, example. So now he was going to be do SQL. He was writing select a star from. where DEPT number is equals to 10 for update. And in the same pattern, so this user try to performing here, update EMP set, sal is equals to 2200. And he was performing to update of department number 10 people data. Okay, so here what happened here? So my comment is department number 10 rows are locked. So that what happened here? We cannot perform. We cannot perform operation on department number 10. And for releasing of lock, then he will do commit or rollback. Then immediately here what happened? 3 rows are updated. Okay, na? This is multiple rows how I can go to lock in my table. Okay, na? This is, but here compulsory what should be used in the select statement for update. If you are not using for update class, then Oracle server cannot lock your rows. Compulsory. Whenever you want to go for multiple rows locking technique, compulsory we should use a for update class. Okay, right. So this is what now I am saying here, either single row locking technique or multiple rows locking techniques. It will be happen. Okay, but in these two examples, what we identify, one user request will be processing, and one user request will be waiting. Yes or no, guys? In these two examples, that only we identify now. One user request is processed and one user request is waiting. Yes or no? Come on. Yes. So this is what happened. So what I'm saying in these two examples, one user request is processing. One user request is waiting position. This is happening. But sometimes what it was happen, on the same day, same time, two different users, they're sending same request to your Oracle server. Okay, now? At this moment, what it was happening, for example, what is my question here? Suppose user 1, user 2. Okay, so the both are sending their requests to Oracle server. So they're sending the request to Oracle server. On same date, same time, same request they're sending to Oracle server. Unfortunately, these request is reached to Oracle server at 5 seconds of time. This person request is reached. Same time, 5 seconds of time, second user request is also reached. So this is called a reaching time. This is called a reaching time. Reaching time to Oracle server. So both user request is reaching to Oracle server on the same time it was reaching. Then tell me my question, your Oracle server will take which request first? User 1 requester, user 2 requester, or else Oracle will not take any one request. What it was happening? Your reaching time is same time. Understand now practically what I'm telling? Your reaching time is same time, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. Reaching to your server. Now server, what it will do now in this case? Whose request will take first? User 1, user 2, or else nobody? Come on, guys, come on. Think a very simple question. It's a simple logic. Both user requests are reaching to server same time. 5 seconds, 5 seconds. Then whose request I want to take first? U1 or U2? Or else nobody. Here what happened? Server will not take any one request. That means there is no response from server. Got my point? Why, sir? Why, sir? Server is not responding. Means that because both requests will come to me on the same time. So I don't know to whom I want to take first priority. Understand? Na? To whom I want to give a first priority. User 1, user 2, I don't know. That's why what server will do, server is not responding. Server is not responding. Whenever server is not responding to your request, then that kind of situation is called as a deadlock. It's very important for your interviews. That is called as what now? Deadlock situations we called. Got it my point now? It's called as what? Deadlock. Deadlock means what now? Your Oracle database server will not take any user request. Any user request will not take it here. Okay, that is called as a deadlock situations we called. Okay, so that means what next the mechanism here? Deadlock. So what is deadlock here? Deadlock means both users, okay, both users are having waiting positions. Having waiting position. Okay, so that means no one can or no one request will go to process. Your request is not processed, my request is also not processed. That kind of situation is called as a deadlock situation. Okay, let me see. So practically we will see the situation how it is. Now I'm just clearing this two connectivities. I'm clearing here. Again, my first user. Show my user. So show user. So system. Now careful observe. He was doing one. Okay, one record is updated. MyDB 11 am.emp. Set sal is equals to 3300. Where EMP number is equals to 7788. Okay. Now tell me 7788 row is locked na? Yes or no, guys? 7788 row is lock or not? Yes. Come to second user. So user, and he was doing update. EMP set. Sal is equals to 4400. Where EMP number is equals to 7900. So his 7900 row is also locked. That means system user request, as per system user request, your server is locked 7788. As per 11 am user request, your server is locked 7900. So two users, two different rows are locked. Okay, it's fine. Now what happened, you can see, now the system user performing one more update operation. 11 am.emp set sal is equals to 5500, where EMP number is equals to 7900. Now tell me, guys, now this system user can perform 7900 request. He can perform this operation or not? No, he cannot perform. Sir, why, sir, he cannot perform? Come on, why, sir, he cannot perform? Because 7900 row is already locking. As per whose user request? MyDB 11 am user request is already locking this is. But MyDB 11 am user request is not confirmed still, whether it is commit or a rollback. It was not confirmed now. So that's why still your lock is there. Lock is not released. Lock is there. Okay. So now what it was happened? So what it was happened now, now we can go for to see what it was happening. He was performing or not, you can see. See, he was not performing, his waiting position now. The cursor is under waiting position. Okay, now keep it this. And come back here. The other user, he was also doing some operation. So sal is equals to 6600, where EMP number is equals to 7788. Can he perform 7788? No. And see, he's also waiting. And in the waiting position, what it was happening, you can see here. Okay. They will get here deadlock situation. So now see, it is showing error. What is the error, guys, here? Can you see the error here? What is the error? So deadlock detected while waiting for resource. Deadlock detected while waiting for resource. So that means here what happened? System user cannot perform. MyDB 11 AM user is also cannot perform. When the both users can't perform their transactions, when the both user transactions are under waiting positions, that kind of situation is called as a deadlock situations we called. Okay, now? So this is the example of your deadlock. This is example of your deadlock. So these examples you should also practice with yourself. Without practicing, every subject is a confuse. So what I want to say here, row is locked. The same thing in the second user also. Here also I want to say row is locked. Okay, so he's also not performed. Immediately it was showing error. So this deadlock situation also, if I want to remove, then in this, any one user should be, okay, confirm their transaction. When he was confirming, then other user request is processing. So this deadlock situation also we are overcome by using of a commit or rollback. Understand now? Right. So when you release your lock, then you can use commit or rollback. Anyone you can use it. For the purpose of this, for releasing lock. For releasing which lock? Deadlock. Okay. So when immediately this user is going to be, say, one row updated. Okay, now? So this is the situation, guys, here. Okay. So what is the deadlock positions and how to make it now? Okay, now these are row-wise locking systems we called. row level locking, either single row or multiple row, or multiple users can use okay, the rows, even though I can go to use deadlocks. Okay, now what is the next one we called as here? Table level locking. So in table level locking, in this case, what it was happening, sir, in the name only there, in this level, we will be lock. So locking, okay, here what happened? Locking the entire table. The entire table means what now? All rows. Either you have 1,000 rows, 10 rows, 5 rows in your table, 1 lakh rows, I don't mind. In your table, how many number of rows are there? All rows are going to be locked. That is called a table level lock. Suppose your table is having 1 lakh rows, then 1 lakh rows are locked here. Okay. Now, in this again, two types. One is we called as a share lock. Second one is called as what now? Exclusive lock. Exclusive lock. Okay, now these are two types of again locking techniques under table level. Share lock, what it will do, guys, here. Share lock, what it was tell us. In this case, the both user, as per the both user request, your Oracle server can lock both users. Okay, lock a table of both users. That means here I'm saying here, both users can lock a table. So anybody can lock, not only both users means multiple users. They can lock your table. That is called as a share lock. So that means come to our example. So see practically if I want to show you. And I just clear this. And here also I'm clearing this. So now show my user. And now he was doing some. Okay. So what is the syntax for this share lock means? You have a separate syntax also there. So first I'm showing the syntax. Lock table name in share mode. Okay, now this is what my syntax of your sharing lock. And let me come. He was writing now. Lock table. So MyDB 11 am.emp. Okay, in share mode. So now you can see very clearly showing table is locked. Same as the another user also. He's also can lock table name. So emp in share mode. So he's also locked. So that means here what happened? Multiple users can lock the table. Okay, na? So this is called a sharing. Sharing lock means anybody can lock it here. Got it my point now? So that example I'm writing now. So user 1, user number 2. So first you have to connect with your user. So one of my user system and one of my user is MyDB 11 am slash. Okay, right. SQL. So now he was locking the table. Lock table emp in share mode. In share mode. So he's also can do it here. Lock table emp in share mode. Okay, now you can get it. So here it was showing what now? Table is locked. And here also showing what now? Table is locked. But how this lockings I have to release? How to release this lock means again same commit or a rollback. You can use commit, then lock is releasing. Okay, here you can use a commit or rollback, anything. The both are going to be used. So it will be okay, releasing your lock. So either you can use commit or rollback. And here also you can use commit or rollback. Okay. So what I'm saying here, for releasing lock purpose, here also for releasing lock purpose. Okay. So these are what we called as, guys, here. Okay, this is sharing mode, I said. So sharing mode in sharing technique. Sharing technique, what is here? Both users can lock it. That is share. Come to next one is called as what now? Exclusive lock. Now we can observe. Exclusive lock, what it was happening, sir, means that in exclusive lock, any one user can lock the table, and one user locking the table, other user is waiting for that. He cannot access. Okay, now? So that means here I'm simply saying here, only one user can lock a table. Okay, any one user only. So what is the syntax here? Syntax means lock table name in exclusive mode. Okay, now let me come out and see in this case. So now I just clear the screen here, and you also clear the screen. Now I want to show my user system, and now he was trying to lock the table. Lock table mydb11am.emp in exclusive mode. In exclusive mode. Suppose he was doing table is lock. Okay, but the same table, other user trying now. What it was happening, you can see. So he's also trying lock table emp in exclusive mode. In exclusive mode. What it was happening? He cannot perform. See what happened here? The second user is under waiting position now. Yes or no, guys? Come on. One user is going to be lock the table, then other user will be waiting the table. Okay, waiting for that locking table. Now this lock also how to overcome? Then you have to use commit or rollback, whatever it is. Then he was cancelled. Then second user table is locked. So in exclusive, what happened? Any one user can lock the table. Remaining users are waiting. Sharing lock means what now? Both users can lock the table. That is advantage. Okay. So this is what we called as an exclusive example. So in a exclusive mode, and here also I'm giving your exclusive. So here also I'm giving exclusive mode. Then what happened? So cannot perform, and your table is locked. Okay. Now, and if you want to release that lock, so you need to commit now. So when he was committed, then what happened? Here it was showing the information is table lock. Okay, now? Right. So these are what we called as the locking techniques, guys. Here it is also a small topic here in SQL. Okay, now? So this is what we called. So advantage of lock is what now? Unless one user request will be processed and it will be not confirmed, remaining users will be waiting. That is advantage. Okay, now? Okay, right. So this is what we called as a locking system, guys, here. Okay, so both users can lock. That is advantage of sharing lock. Okay, now this one. Both users can lock. That is advantage of sharing lock. So both users can lock it that. And exclusive, any one only can lock. And any lock, when they want to release, only user, that means release means what now? Unlock. How to unlock means commit or rollback. Okay, na? Right. Any lock, either single row locking, multiple row locking, or deadlocking, or sharing table locking, or exclusive table locking, anything. When you want to unlock means you should be use a commit or rollback. This is the concept of locking techniques, and these are internally maintained by databases automatically. Okay. So when you're working like this, you will be understand. Otherwise, we don't know. Okay. Right, guys. And this topic is also I'm sharing to you. Once your side is also practice it. And I stop it here. And tomorrow we will go for one more new topic in our SQL part. Okay. Right, guys. So thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. The notes was already uploaded. Okay, na? Right, guys. So and tomorrow we will continue one more new topic. Okay. Thank you. Yes, definitely, Krishna. The both users can unlock. The both users can lock. Okay, but that should be happen in the sharing lock only. Okay, na? Sharing mode only. It was happen. Both users can lock. Both users can unlock. Okay, right. Or anybody is there having queries, so send your query. Otherwise, log out.